The quiet stress PSU employees rarely talk about. In PSU life, stress rarely arrives in obvious or dramatic ways. It doesn't come with panic attacks. It doesn't come with visible breakdowns. And it rarely announces itself clearly. Most of the time, it doesn't even feel like stress. It feels like routine. It feels like adjustment. It feels like responsibility. And that is why it often goes unnoticed. It arrives quietly, between routine files that look the same every year, between transfer orders that rearrange life again and again, and between waiting cycles that stretch longer than expected. Many employees don't even call this stress. They call it part of the system. They call it normal PSU life. But the body and the mind still record it. Why this stress feels different? This stress is different from crisis-based stress. There is no urgency, no immediate danger, no clear problem to fix. From the outside, everything looks stable. The job is secure. The salary is predictable. The service rules are defined. And yet, internally, something keeps repeating. A quiet mental tiredness. A low-level irritation that doesn't match the situation. A sense that life is moving forward in years. But personally something feels paused. Because this stress doesn't look serious. It is rarely spoken about. Host introduction. I'm Ramjee Meena, and I work closely with PSU employees across India on life, money, career, and contribution. I've spent years inside the PSU system myself. I've lived the routines, the transfers, and the long waiting cycles. Over time, I've seen the same internal pattern repeat quietly across different people and roles. What I'm sharing here is not criticism. It is not dissatisfaction. It is a current reality check. When structure first feels supportive. In the early years of PSU life, structure feels reassuring. Everything is new. Every posting feels like growth. Waiting feels temporary. At this stage, security feels like freedom. Because it removes uncertainty. When repetition starts to register. But as years pass, things change. Routines repeat. Transfers feel disruptive rather than exciting. Waiting becomes permanent. Waiting for postings. Waiting for promotions. Waiting for approvals. What was once patience slowly becomes a way of life. The quiet internal dialogue. At this stage, many PSU employees begin asking themselves quietly, I'm secure, so why do I feel tired? Nothing is wrong, yet something feels unresolved. These questions are rarely spoken. Because gratitude is expected. Because security exists. Because discomfort feels unjustified. So the questions stay inside. When stress is not named. When this stress is not acknowledged, it doesn't explode. It accumulates. It becomes background noise. It shows up as mental tiredness, reduced enthusiasm, and decisions delayed because there's no urgency. Nothing breaks suddenly, but something slowly wears down. What a current reality check does. A current reality check does not ask you to change anything. It simply asks you to see clearly. When reality is named honestly, it loses weight. Awareness reduces pressure without changing systems. Closing. This is Ramjee Meena. If this reflection feels familiar, remember, nothing is wrong with you. You are not ungrateful. You are just becoming more aware. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.